For a nice group activity, you may have up to 4 students on each team. The offense starts with the ball at one end, the other 3 cubes, 1 cube per student, up to the midpoint of the field. On defense, the 4 cubes are behind the midpoint or at the midpoint. You start by giving the offense 4 equations, 1 equation per student. You have answers on the back of flashcards. You can have an answer key for a worksheet or whatever. In order to be able to roll the black die and move your cube, you have to get the equation right. Let's say all 4 of them got the equation right. The black die is for the offense, so that's a 5. Each cube may move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can move diagonally or forward or laterally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put him on the side 5. And he can move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the ball must be moved at least 1 row forward for every turn. We don't let the offense waste time moving backwards and things like that. Let's say the defense got all of the equations right. They roll the red die. So they move. Let's say he comes forward some. Say he may back off a little bit. He may come forward some. The objective is this. You're trying to score a touchdown. If he can go past him and score, yes, and keep the ball. You can block. When he gets his turn, if he has the equation right, he can block by moving on top of the opponent, and if he has enough extra moves, he can move him totally out of the play, off the field. Even if he doesn't move him off the field, it'll take him longer to get back into the play because when it's the defense's turn, he has to spend 1 turn dislodging him. Now, they can pass. Unlike football, yes, the person with the ball can run forward, then pass forward. So let's say we're going to pass. He may move his turn, and before the others move, if he thinks he has room, he passes, and let's say he rolled a 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He would have gotten the ball and would be right there at the goal line. The defense would try to get to him to tackle him. If the offense did not receive the ball, then the defense would have had a turn to try to recover the ball. Once there's an interception, then the defense gets the black die right away and can roll it and can try to go the other way. Now let's go to basketball. Basketball, the same thing. You're trying to progress down the court. But the only thing now is that if the defense gets to the ball, it's a steal. With any moves left over, the defense gets to advance the ball toward their basket, immediately gets the black die to roll again and to continue to advance it. Otherwise, it's the same in that you're trying to strategically move. Now, ultimately, the offense wants to try to shoot the ball to make it rest in one of these squares that touches the rim or backboard. That's 6 squares. So you pass the ball and can try to get close enough to try to make a shot. Okay, and that did slightly get into that square. That would have been a shot. That's the goal for basketball. In basketball, you can also set screens. I wouldn't call it a block where you would actually move on top and try to move him off the field, off the court. That's not legal in basketball. But I guess you could play that if you want to. You can set your own rules. But it still takes 1 move to dislodge him so he can play defense. In soccer, same thing. Trying to move up the field. They're defending. And again, you have to get the equation right to be able to move. And ultimately, you're trying to pass the ball to get close enough to try to shoot the ball so it lands somewhere in the goal. You're only allowed on defense to have one player, one cube in these squares right in front of the goal. Now, as you notice, these are the learning aids, the number line for your primary lower kids, a 200 chart, and multiplication table. So in other words, as the students are given the equations, they can use the charts to try to get the right answers. Thank you.